Yeah, the actor John Leguizamo's the bug out.
Hmm. Peace, peace.
What's going
We're
on,
back.
people?
We're back. The little brief hiatus for the Think Music Podcast.
I thought
I
you was
think
about to say the little podcast that could.
that too. Little podcast that could.
Mm,
Um, yeah, this is I think episode number 21.
21
And
on the 20th, almost
on the
9,
20th.
which will probably be on till after 12. So the 21st into the 21st.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cause you
All
on
these
East
tired.
Coast time.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Peace, wise feminine in the house.
Why it's feminine? Hello. I need to send my
Hope all is well with you, wise feminine. It's been a hell of a it's been a hell of a August.
yes,
I'm
sir.
trying to we're trying to let a couple more people get in here before we get going because we're just going. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, sis. You know, I can't complain. You know, it's been a little crazy, but I ain't got nothing to complain about.
Yeah, I had a good week. Um, okay, I gotta find out what's going on. That noise. Uh, yeah, I had a good week. Hit the gym. Um, was getting into a little fog, and then I pulled myself out of that. And I was telling someone today when I was at the gym, my friend James, family friend, like I remember like in 2014, trying to I gotta figure that out. Trying to figure out like um yeah, how can I uh, when I'm in a bad feeling, attack it head on, like fight it and then remove myself from it. And it's like now I'm able to do that, but I had to get some more tools. Um, and I guess it wasn't even getting tools; it was just using the tools that I have, and just staying more on that. I just can't say it enough, like that meditation thing, man. So so what happened was uh and at first I was like, well, maybe because I didn't get a lot of sleep. So Thursday I went to the gym after cleaning. Um, I showered there and everything. I came home, made me something to eat, and fell asleep. Woke up, went to the shop, and you know how you wake up, you're not there. And but being in the shop, kind of, my barber was talking to me, a couple other guys in there were talking, but I wasn't really in that mood for real. So then I came home. I watched the movie. I watched The Net, as I was telling you about that movie, and then and then I kind of pulled myself out of it. But then when I went to clean Thursday night, I was still in a little funk, but my downloads is like, well, I did a little meditation when I came home too. Then I went to work, was still kind of feeling foggy, and then my downloads was like, yo, go home, meditate, you know, and make sure I hit the gym, And I followed all these lines at my download, and I feel better right now. Like I feel like I'm still in tune. Like I didn't like before. I would have stayed in bed and cleaned Thursday at like 10 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? I would have got in the bed, took a nap, you know, was dealing with in whatever feelings was going on, went and cleaned late. It would have just threw my whole thing off. So I just fought it and tried to stay in the moment, and it all worked out. And right now I'm back feeling good. So it's like now I'm on like I can. For me, I just have to stop whatever I'm doing and just have some time to self. And the beautiful thing about meditating is you can almost do it anywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like if you in your car, you can just stop somewhere, it's hot outside, turn your AC on and just park for a minute and just sit still and quiet. You know what I mean? And conquer whatever's going on with you. And then and not to say that's gonna end it, but it's you addressing it and then, move forward. For me, it was more downloads. Like I came home, took a shower, and not to be explicit or anything, but I meditated nude, like just raw, like lit some candles, put some Hertz music on, and just meditated for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And then when I came out of that, it was like, yo, make sure you hit the gym today. Hit the gym today. Wind up having a good conversation with a family friend, and then I came home, I ate and took a nap, and that's why I'm here instead of being out in the field. But yeah, but I conquered it, and now I'm back feeling good.
Yo, that's dope. Well, before I go any further, I got to acknowledge this is, I'm a very private person, but the reason we didn't do the show last week is because I had to go back home because my baby sister transitioned. That's my sister right there, my sister Camila. And she was only 39. It's crazy. But she had been battling breast cancer. So the day after the Lionsgate, in the wee hours of the morning, Lionsgate was August 8th. She transitioned 5:45 Eastern Standard Time, August 9th. And it's crazy because my pops is sun in Leo. My sister's moon is in Leo. So, and that was my pop's baby girl, And so his light was received in her heart, and they were a lot alike. And so I had to give an ashe to my baby sister, Camila, very powerful individual. I associate her with the Lakshmi energy, a lot of energy of Venus, very, very fiery, the fiery side of Venus, and the side of Venus that loves the finer things. She embodied all of that. You can tell by the picture right here. This is already after being diagnosed with stage 4, So there's a lot can be said about that. But that's for another time. But I had to acknowledge my sister before I move forward and acknowledge my family, acknowledge my mother. I have to do another video, do a video on my mother about the doula, because my mother was basically served as my sister's death doula.
Mm.
And when you look at where good doula is positioned on the tree of life, you know, Gadula is mercy, you know, um, which opposes Gavora. Um, and so when a doula shows mercy, she helps the mother bring life into the world. You know what I'm saying? As in giving childbirth. But the doula also is there to provide the compassion and comfort to help physical life transition to the spirit realm. So it's some heavy shit. You know, I saw my mother. I saw my mother. Well, I didn't see her because I'm down here. I witnessed by talking to my mother and on FaceTime watching my sister take her last breaths. You know, they got on the morphine drip, and I'm on FaceTime with her, and I see my mother right there. I see the pain on her face, but she ain't leaving. She ain't moving. You know, you can have all of the fly spiritual knowledge that you think you got and whatever, but that I saw God in the flesh. I seen that shit. I seen somebody, not just my sister suffer. I watched my 74-year-old mother suffer a type of suffering that hopefully I'll never have to understand. And hopefully none of you will ever have to understand. You know, I watched her not leave her side. I watched her suffer, give up sleep, give up food, give up comfort. You know, I'm not leaving. And the soul having that comfort as it transitions out of the physical container gives the soul um, propulsion into its next journey, because love is beyond description. Love is active. And so that soul's memory retains the essence of love in it as it moves on to its next journey. So that's for another discussion. But I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my sister, didn't acknowledge my mother, didn't give a shout out to my pops, didn't give a shout out to my niece. You know, my sister left a 20-year-old daughter, and I watched her go from a spoiled child to a motherfucking adult in a matter of days.
Mm.
She said, I've been cruising too long. I got, and so even in the transition of my sister's physical container, that was a motherfucking miracle unfolded right before our eyes. The girl didn't even want to drive. In a matter of days, she's driving everywhere,
Right.
moving bills over into her name. You know, Granny, don't worry about this. I'm on such and such and such. That's real, practical, real life spirituality in the real world. It's no fly YouTube shit. Real life shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
It's
it's
very humbling.
that
So
can that can go two ways. You can sulk and be caught in that moment, or you could do like she did, you know. And it's a blessing that she, a blessing that she had the wherewithal. to step into, her new circumstance in a sense, with her mom passing away. And now she can step in to be that adult that was there, but she just wasn't tapping in. And
Yeah.
now she's tapped in now, and to have, help support your mother is it's also a blessing for your mom, to,
Mhm.
where now, because it could have, like I said, it could have went either way. They could have been bumping heads. It could have, she could have been sulking and taking it a different way. But now she knows she needs to be there for her grandmother, your mother, and she needs to be there for herself. 20 years old, it's like you said, she has to, she stepped right in. So
Mhm.
it's a blessing for that.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know
Yeah.
what that, it's like you said, I don't know what that, I don't know, uh, I don't know what that feels like. I have no experience in that. And I'm not going to sit here and philosophize one either. You know what I mean? Like, nah. But it gives me hope that if something was to happen with me, I would hopefully do the same thing. Like, of course, there'll be some emotion there, but I would hope that I had the wherewithal to do what your daughter, I mean your niece did, you know, and stepping in and you know, being being of service.
Right. There are devices that will come online that has several meanings. But so moving on though, we have been saying I appreciate all of y'all too. I appreciate the kind words and the positive energy. Um, we've been saying talked about maybe the last time we were on here we talked about um briefly doing like some brief readings for y'all that's been rocking with us, you know. And
Hmm.
I know some people, and I ain't I ain't trying to count nobody's money, but some people may not be able to afford a reading right now. Um, but we wanted to open up something where you could just get a taste of seeing your chart, and we answer I'll answer a question or two, um, and or maybe your child, you know if you got a child that you want to add something about, well, here's an opportunity. So you can put um, if you mean you gotta the only thing is you gotta put your info in the chat box. So we would need time of birth, first of all, place of birth, time of birth, and birth date, and one question, maybe two, you know. And we're not gonna be on here long tonight because I'll be straight up. I'm tired. I left North Carolina, and this was some amazing shit right here.
And it was. 'Cause I was
This
talking
was
to
some
you for a little bit on your ride.
this was some amazing shit. I left North Carolina at 8:16 Eastern Standard Time. I drove, and
AM, right?
AM Sunday morning. I drove. My original plan was I just want to make it to Monroe, Louisiana, and then I'm gonna see how I feel. Then I was like, you know what? I think I can. No, I'm set my goal for Shreveport, Louisiana. Because when you get to Shreveport, you're about 3 hours from Dallas. I got on there and I kept hitting these pockets where the traffic was just floating, you know,
Mm.
and then I would hit construction. Shit would slow down. I hit rain, and it was supposed to be raining all out I-20 from Atlanta to Dallas. It was supposed to be raining. I only got it in little pockets, little pockets. I ended up to drive from Greensboro to Dallas is like 20 hours. And of course, that ain't no trip you think you're gonna do in no one shot. I've only done it straight through about maybe two times. So I was going to, because coming out, I stopped in Atlanta and got me a room. I went from Greensboro, 8:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to Dallas, Texas by Monday morning at, I want to say, 1 something. I was in Dallas.
AM.
AM. So I drove so 8 to 8 would be 12 hours. And then 16, let's say about 18 hours. Not only did I drive all the way from Greensboro to Dallas, straight shot, but I did it in record time.
Yes.
Record time. And I've got to assume that my sister had a hand in this. Cause I lost track of time. I said some kind of way, I don't even know how you get from Atlanta to Birmingham that quick. Birmingham to Tuscaloosa, Tuscaloosa to Meridian, Meridian to Jackson, Jackson to Vicksburg, Vicksburg to Monroe. I was like, I'm in Monroe. I stopped. I got me big tall ass cup of coffee. Shh.
How long did you talk to your cousin? Because you had called me and you said your cousin had called. How long y'all talked? Because that helped blow time too.
At least 5 hours.
Sheesh.
He talked me through Mississippi.
Hey, listen, I helped you get to Atlanta on your way here. So you just had
I had two. Y'all motherfuckers. y'all can go. And then in 1388, then I came. I said, let me use their energy. Yeah. Yeah, but I appreciate it. I had one Leo helped me get out there, and another Leo helped me get back home. So it was and it's interesting. Greensboro is called the Gate City. And so my sister transitioned, she came through the Lions Gate, transition in the Gate City.
Wow.
So, but yeah, but that's that. So I'm trying, ain't nobody putting out, now y'all been asking about getting your chart. Now I'm doing, give me an opportunity here.
Is there any way they could possibly email you? Maybe they
yeah,
in the chat.
But I gotta pull the chart up. I mean,
oh yeah, you're right.
People gonna, yeah, but yeah, if you wanna get your chart peeked at, put in your birth date, time of date, place of birth, checking account number, route number.
Just add on to the matrix. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the Matrix.
Don't be afraid.
You know what
All
they
right.
tell us. They already know what's going on anyway. So
Yeah, you might as well. They know. Well, let's talk then. What can we talk about? What's coming up? Give y'all a heads up. Let me show you. I show you something. Everybody needs to own. You need to own you a few of these. This is called the American Ephemeris. Okay, you can get them at different years. This is 1950 to 2050, and it's set at midnight. You can get them set at noon. You can get 1900 to 2000. You know,
did that say 2050 on it?
yeah.
Okay.
And what is an ephemeris? Ephemeris is going to give you. This is almost like having an almanac. You know, the
Mm,
farmer's almanac. It's just this. This is the cosmic almanac.
okay.
So you're gonna be able to see what's coming up. Um, one thing I one thing that everybody should be aware of, because it's gonna affect all of us, is that the North Node is gonna shift in January of 2022. Let me see. Okay. North Node is currently in Gemini. On let's see, January 19th, the North Node will shift to Taurus. Okay. The North Node is currently in Gemini, and on the 19th of January, it will shift to Taurus. The North Node is like the destiny, it is the trajectory that we're supposed to be moving towards as far as what areas in existence, from the most mundane to the most profound, we're supposed to be wrapping our minds around. So, with the North Node in Gemini, we're supposed to be working towards evolving our perspectives on things, because Gemini is perception, seeing everything. Gemini is details, okay? Because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is fast, you know, the messenger god, wings on his feet, you know. Um, so a totem that is associated with that is the road runner. So we're supposed to be mentally um, now looking to function as the road runner, being able to adjust. Because look at the world around us. It's some new bullshit every day,
Right.
you know? And you got to be
Yeah.
able to adjust and think on the run,
Yeah.
think on the fly, think on the go, you know. Um, Slow minds is, you know, almost equals fast death.
Mm,
Um, but the nodes are going to shift to Taurus in January of 2022. This is major, because then you got to look at, well, what is associated with Taurus?
mm,
Taurus is security in what is valued, because Taurus is in natural houses. Taurus is associated with the second house, the house of value, the house of um, resources and security in your resources, security in what you value. And Taurus is ruled by Venus. Okay.
All right.
So we're looking at through the lens of Venus, what do you desire? Is what you desire something of substance, or is it fickle? Is it just some bullshit? Do you desire something of do you have a sense of self-worth?
Mm. Yeah,
Are
that's
you
a.
secure in who you are?
Mm.
Those are questions, Taurus is bringing up. Are you too stubborn? You know, these are Taurian um, concepts that we're all being pushed to consider. Taurus is an earth sign. Okay, so the node, the north node, will shift to Taurus. At the same time, we have Uranus in Taurus. Uranus, the higher electrical frequency of the cosmos. Uranus, the higher octave of Mercury. Okay. So Uranus is on the negative side, sudden calamity, um, like an earthquake in Haiti, Uranus and Taurus, mudslides. Um, we could also associate it with the fires because some sudden interruption in the peaceful tranquility of the earth, because the earth is Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
On the positive side, it could be sudden breakthroughs. Aha, I got it.
Yes.
I got this idea.
Yes.
And this idea, I can translate this into something that can procure resources,
Mm-hmm.
as in it can make me some bread,
Yep.
you know. Um, um,
Step into your art.
Suddenly, I recognize something that's been around me all this time, and I just been ignoring it. That's Uranus and Taurus. I've got all these treasures around me, and I've been stepping over them. I wasn't paying them no attention. Suddenly, I see them. I realize, oh shit, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Uranus and Taurus. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so um, what's up, Brianna? Brianna put up 32213. That's 8. That's that's Aries. 1256. Oh, this must be the young lion.
Indeed.
323.
See what's going
320.
on with my young bull.
Young Nias is in the house. What's up, Nias? He said, "What is this? What is this guy talking about? Let's see what he can do. Put mine up, mama.
What is that? Velvet?
What is that? 1256. 1256.
It's crazy. Like my niece's birthday is the 21st, and Nia's the 22nd, and my wife the 24th.
Hmm.
My brother's daughter, his oldest daughter.
Fire, fire, fire.
And then my grandmother is August 6th. My cousin is August 9th, and I'm August 11th. My mom's mother.
Mm. Lot of fire.
And my cousin also.
Let me see. got that up. I want to customize this. I want my planet glyphs to be bigger because I've got old eyes. And I want this to be bigger. Okay. Waiting on this to download. Electrical shit been crazy. Uranus just stationed direct. So here we have the mind of, wow. Boy, he's a super Aries.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Y'all want me to put it up?
Yeah, you can pull it up.
Wow.
Get this
Let's
guy
see.
chart, like,
There it is.
oh man.
So it don't take no rocket scientist to see this is where the shit goes down right here. Woo! Okay. Let's see. This is my chart layout because he got the same basic. I got Aries in the 5th house too. Venus is 0 degrees. Okay, so he's got a stellium here. Venus, Sun, Mars, Uranus. Wow. Did y'all have anything y'all want to probe, or ask about?
Did you have anything, Brianna?
Let's see, Moon and Cancer. Jupiter in
Well, he's
Gemini.
creative. He's very creative.
Yeah. 5th house, loaded.
I mean, he sits down and, we just got him some I think a Lego Batman car. I think it was. And, he just sat and put that thing together like nothing. He does abstract art. He just sat down today and was like, "I'm the best abstract abstract artist. Just doodle something real quick, and it made sense." Yeah. So on the creative, and he has that naturally. But she said, "Nah, we always try to help him control himself and not get discouraged. So the balance with these conjunctions."
Yeah. So this is where it goes down. This is the stellium. Venus. So let's go by dignity. Mars is super dignified because Mars is at home. So he's running he's running this house. Okay. The sun is well dignified in Aries because the sun is exalted in the sign of Aries. Now, the issue or the one of these kids does not belong, or how that song used to go on Sesame Street. One of these kids is doing his own thing. That's Venus, because Venus is in her detriment and fall in the sign of Aries. That just means she does not like to be here because she's 180 degrees away from her home. Okay. And she's at 0 degrees. So She is dealing with raw Aryan energy. So this is a combative energy. I can relate because I have Venus at 0 degrees of Aries in the fifth house. So one of the challenges here is going to be to learn how to have a healthy relationship, because Aries is the epitome of the word action. The first house is ruled by Aries in the natural chart. The word action is Martian, even in its etymology, you
Mm.
know. So Mars, let me show something. Let me show. I think I've done this before. Mars. Damn, it's almost 11 already. This is you you see right here. This is where I got my mouse. That's the way we know Mars right now. But let me show you the old, a more traditional way of the sign of Mars. If you notice, I got if you notice, that's a circle with a cross on top of it. Okay, that circle represents the realm of spirit, and that cross represents matter. So Mars is the epitome of the primal. And when I say beastly, that's not to be funny or not to be facetious. We all have it, we all need it. But it means the primal, animalistic, beastly urge is above the realm of spirit. Now, it is very necessary because that beastly, animalistic urge towards survival is what keeps our blood flowing. Our blood is based on the idea of I must go. Okay. And when your blood is stagnated, that's when we have heart trouble, hypertension, stroke, things of that nature. So the Martian element is very necessary. There must be an agent of forward movement in our constitution. Okay. So I want to make sure I frame this thing properly. But it also places survival of the ego above spirit. Now, that's part of where we have this tangle with Venus, because the glyph of Venus, if you look at it, it's the exact opposite of what I just showed you. The realm of spirit is above matter. So we have a clash of opposites. But I always tell people when I read a chart, where you have your greatest, uh, biggest challenge is where the magic goes down. At first glance, one of the magical points in this chart is Venus at 0 degrees of Aries in the fifth house. The fifth house is the house of the sun. So there's a lot of ego energy here. There's a lot of identity here. There's a lot of pride here. Um, and there's Uranus. Remember, I just talked about Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is the planet of breakthroughs. It can also be the planet of rebellion. So this energy channeled properly is a creative force that opens up minds through what he already said, an abstract lens. And in doing that, see, here's what the harmony comes. See, the fifth house is a very creative house, and Venus is the desire. So if there's a so artists have some force driving them behind their art. Okay. There's a harmony that can happen when Venus is in the fifth house because Venus is beauty. And the fifth house is the house of creation, personal creation. How can I find harmony through my personal creations?
Mm.
And this is how Venus learns how to live with this very fiery, possibly combative energy in this fifth house stellium by her attributes being brought up to the fore. You know, art is can be very revolutionary,
Yeah.
i.e., think music. You know, hey, to plug us. You know, um, and this is a very revolutionary house. The sun is going to shine regardless, and this damp is for sure going to shine when it's exalted in Aries. Mars in Aries says there is nothing holding me back from going forward. Uranus says, well, guess what? If there is something trying to hold us back, I'll just blow it up. But Venus is here to temper all of these energies. Okay, y'all, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Take all this testosterone and let's channel it into our art. Sun, you can shine. I'm going to let you shine. Mars, go, go. Just unleash, unleash. But unleash it in this. I got a place for you to see. Mars ain't really caring about where it gets to release its energy as long as it gets to release it. And Uranus wants a breakthrough. So if he has an artistic inclination, the chart says it needs to be pushed and cultivated.
And that's what we've been trying to do. So it's funny you said that. That's what we've been pushing towards, um sensing that he has some type of ability. And he's really into wanting to code and get into, he want to mod games and possibly at some point create his own video games. Like he's really into that. So that's part of what we're trying to get him into, some type of coding. And he really has a knack for that. Um and he likes dancing, and you know, he's just really tapped into the arts
Mhm.
at this moment.
Yeah,
And then oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Uranus in the fifth house would speak to the coding, because Uranus would be computers, the internet. So the coding as an expression of as an artistic expression, Uranus would explain that. But go ahead.
Yeah. And then I think on the flip side, he can get a little, you know, uh he's strong willed and wants to get his viewpoint out and, express himself. Uh so, and that's where she came in with the, we try to get him to control himself when it's something outside of, if he's being tasked with doing something, and then there's some, not backlash, but there's some I guess fight to maybe what we want him to do, he can, I won't say lash out, but he can respond in a strong way. And then we have to control that also.
He's very sensitive. He's got the moon at 29 degrees of Cancer. That's an anaretic degree. That means this moon is in its home sign of Cancer, but it's at the last degree. So it's finishing up this journey of ultra sensitivity. It's funny, I got moon and Cancer too in the eighth house. And so his insecurities, it's important to boost his confidence in a healthy manner, because lashing out can sometimes be his moon and Cancer in the eighth house. Eighth house can be insecurities.
Okay.
And so if that moon is not fed properly, and there's a chink in the emotional armor, it can be expressed, sun, in a very egoistic manner.
Okay. Okay.
But his north node is in Scorpio in the 12th house. And he has Saturn retrograde in Scorpio. So that means we know Saturn is a planet of discipline. But when a planet is retrograde, the energy is more turned inwardly. So this is calling for his destiny is to learn self-discipline. And that self-discipline for him is a gateway to higher consciousness, because his Saturn here is forming a trine with Mercury, which Mercury is in its detriment here in Pisces, but still, this Saturn is forming a harmonious aspect with it. So he's learning to have a disciplined mind. And this is down here in the fourth house. Fourth house is home and family. Now, what's interesting is the stuff y'all are saying, it's in his chart. So
right,
he's got a wound right here though too, because he's in the generation of Chiron in Pisces. And that Chiron is forming an exact trine with Saturn in Scorpio. You all have a very tedious path ahead of you of instilling discipline, Saturn, while not inflaming the womb, Chiron, in Pisces. And so I'm going to tell you something. Now look at this. I'm thinking martial arts.
He's asked about that.
He's got a lot of fire. Which is we've talked about that. He's got a lot of passion. Moon up here. He's got he's got Neptune, and which is in its home sign in Pisces. So he's super sensitive. He has a lot of passion. He like, this chart is fire and water. And see, it's like when we get the sound when you take a hot pan and stick it into some dishwater, it says psh. That's what his chart is. Psh. Okay. In the 1800s, they learned that psh could power a steam engine. That could power a locomotive. So his chart is saying, how do I use the combination of fire and water? And what's interesting, this is why you always want to pay attention when something's sitting by itself in a chart. Saturn is kind of by itself over here. This is the kicker. Discipline. Discipline. Something where there's a structure, because Saturn is structure. It's the bones, it's the skin, the muscles. These are all structural components of the body. If he has a structure around him that he knows, I can't throw a fit and change it. I have to conform. And I say that carefully. Conforming in a healthy manner, not to be brainwashed, or you understand what I'm saying? I have to conform within this structure, and then, but I know I'm not losing myself. That's why I'm thinking something like martial arts, or hell, even yoga.
He likes yoga.
That's another, because hold this pose, that pose is Saturnian, because you got to hold this. You become the structure, and then they're going to tell you down dog. Okay. You got to hold down. First, you got to understand what down dog is. And now you have to perform it, but then you have to hold it. That's discipline.
Right.
And at the same time, the body temperature is rising. So there's that fire element. So I'm doing, yes, my blood's, my body temperature's going up, but I'm controlled while I'm doing it.
Right.
As he gets older, we don't know what the world's going to be, but this is some sports too. Sports might be another thing that helps. Channel all this is a passionate young man.
Yeah,
But
funny.
he has it in him to be patient. That's the kicker. He has it in him to be patient. How do I know? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 planets are on the west side of the chart. The west side of the chart is ruled by Venus. Venus and Saturn. Work his Venus, work his Saturn. And that cultivates his genius. Work his Venus, he feels more confident in his moon. Work his Saturn, he's able to control his mind, Mercury, down here. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's something we can build off. We have another worthy maiden put his information in the chat.
I know, son. Um,
Peace.
um,
Peace to everybody in the chat once again.
yeah, peace, everybody. So Worthy Maiden put 720. Okay, let's pull this real quick. Here we go. I'm already in the 11 something hour.
That's why I was waiting for you to wrap it up so we could get his in. And then you want to check out.
All right, let's go. Worthy Maiden. Okay. We got 720. That's July 20th. Oh, we got us a Leo. No, yeah, Leo. 1986. 11 p.m. 11 p.m.
dot.
On the dot. Well, my milk, mama. Wonky. Okay. Let's see our points. I want to customize it. I need big planets.
Flex put his in.
Oh man.
Maybe we could do 10 minutes on this one, 10 on the 10 on flex.
Yeah.
About hour and 20 in.
Okay. Okay. Worthy maiden here. Oh, Cancer, my bad. Sun in Cancer. July 20th. Oh yeah, you on the cusp. You're right there. Okay. Sun in Cancer in the 4th house. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 planets in the north. 7 planets in the south of the chart. 1, 2, 3. 3 planets in the north of the chart. Sun opposing the moon. Now that's a big one. Sun opposing the moon. Okay. Let's see, Worthy Maiden. You got any question you want to ask about it? North Node is in Aries. Wow. Now that says a lot. House structure. Aries in the 1st house. So this is a unique chart. This is the natural chart layout. Aries in the 1st, Taurus in the 2nd, Gemini 3rd, Cancer 4th, Leo 5th, Mercury 6th, Libra 7th, Scorpio 8th, Sagittarius 9th, Capricorn 10th, Aquarius 11th, and Pisces. You got Jupiter is exalted, or Jupiter is in its traditional rulership here in Pisces. That's powerful. You have the moon is in its detriment in Capricorn. Mars is exalted here in Capricorn. Neptune don't particularly like to be here, but Uranus in Sagittarius, Saturn in Sagittarius, Pluto was in its home. Venus is in its detriment here in Virgo. This is saying this North Node in Aries grabs me here. Off the top, it says a push to learn to be more assertive, because you got Aries in the 1st house. And then and so I see this as a tug of war sometimes about confidence. When you got the sun opposing the moon, the two, this is these are the two lights. The two lights. This is, you think about when you're driving down the highway and person coming towards you got their bright lights on, You can't see shit. They can't see shit. You got your bright lights on. So, because these are the two luminaries, the sun and the moon, and they're at conflict. So, one thing, pay attention, you got the North Node here. But to be more assertive, this is a key thing got to be resolved. The sun versus the moon. Um, in this tug of war,
Does
the
that
moon kind of has the upper hand.
does that mean like an internal battle?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because the sun is how you express yourself, and the moon is how you are emotionally fed.
Mm.
And so, the sun though is in Cancer. She said, "That's crazy because I've had two car accidents like that with collisions daytime and night." Wow. Um, Sometimes this shit play out on in that mundane of a way, you know. Um, but the sun is in the moon's house. So see, these planets are responsible. They're responsible for their house even when they ain't there. So the sun, the sun's ability to shine is dependent on the health of your moon. And your moon is in Capricorn. So do so if you can type this, I'm curious about what type of career you in. And I would imagine you are very career driven. You got a stellium in your 10th house in Capricorn. Capricorn is the epitome of the career house. It's the house of gathering things. Or Capricorn is a sign of gathering, collecting. You know, when we in Capricorn season, the earth is collecting. It ain't giving much. It's contracting and collecting, holding on. So I would imagine you have drive in your career life, and this would suggest that your emotional barometer can sometimes run on how your career is going.
Mm. So if he's having an issue with work, or if
She,
she,
yeah, this I think is she.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. If she's having a issue at work or with growth, it could possibly express itself in the physical.
It could be hindering her ability to truly express herself.
Mm.
She may be tying up too much of her identity in her career. She's got Mars retrograde, Neptune retrograde. So look, Mars does good in Capricorn though, cause Capricorn know how to control that shit. You know, um, cause Capricorn says, all right, you wanna go, that's cool, but I'm gonna give you some structure for your go. You know, but can also Mars is assertiveness, but Mars also can sometimes be saying where you need to show courage. Mars is a planet of courage. Neptune is a planet that dissolves.
Okay.
Um, it dissolves boundaries. And so Neptune is there in Capricorn. I don't know. It's and it's retrograde.
Mm.
So we always say retrograde's internal. So there's a lot of retrograde in this chart too. Mercury retrograde, Jupiter, Mars, Neptune, Uranus. What makes me wonder, do you need to change or re-examine your outlook on your career?
It's funny because she says real estate, customer service, sales, marketing, all type of customer service jobs still low level. It may be projecting you at the top. If that's the field she wants to be in, projecting that you're at the top of that field.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things. That's kind of like what I'm working on. You know, projecting that I'm already having or already have what I'm looking for. Because I'm really learning about language now. Like, I'm just a, I remember I was telling somebody I have I have a small business. They was like, no, you have a business. It's like, don't sell it short. Like, nah, you got a business. It ain't got to be a small, you got a business. And it's like, yo, you start thinking like, yeah, I do have a business. You know what I mean? It's just like, but we've been programmed to believe that, we use all these different, monikers over things or what have you. And it's like, I got a small business. It's just me and my wife. But no, you have a business. Like you get treated like everybody else. I can get audited. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta make sure all my paperwork right, like everyone else. So nah, I got a business, so that's what
Yo,
I'm working into projecting. My bad.
okay, you got Venus in Virgo. It's in its detriment right here. That's your house of work.
Mm,
Venus and Virgo can be worry.
mm,
Are you worried that and this Venus is at 10 degrees in Virgo and it's forming a trine with Mars. You worrying about something. You yes, definitely overqualified, but it may transfer incorrectly by corporate standards. This what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a call for courage. I see Mars in Capricorn. That means the drive to build something.
so that means that she have any thoughts of doing something outside of what she's doing now, but scared to pull the trigger.
Maybe entrepreneurship is somewhere lurking because Neptune is here to dissolve, okay? Mars is here to give assertion, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Forming a trine with Venus. Venus is, what do you desire? Um, what how do you express beauty? Mercury, Virgo is discriminating details. So the downside can be worryation, you know, with Venus here in Virgo, it can be worry, or it can be a marriage where Venus uses its desire for harmony and beauty to channel the positivity of Virgo, as in that discriminating, assimilating, isolating nature of Virgo is what our stomach does. That's what our stomach does, because Virgo is a stomach. It discriminates, assimilates, brings shit together, isolates. Okay, now you're gonna go here, you're gonna go there, and for the ultimate goal of metabolism. So are you supposed to be where you at? Are you supposed to be working and using your desire for order to drive your own business? And if so, then you're going to have to get all the fine details, Venus and Virgo, have the courage, but the discipline of Capricorn to make it happen. You're going to have to build it. And you're going to have to be assertive, North Node and Aries, about doing it. You gotta assert your will, because Mars is the ruler of this house. That's just real quick. By the way, if y'all wanna make a donation to the Think Music LLC, you can. Our Cash App is $Think Music LLC, or PayPal.me/Think Music. We on our Aquarian shit. We paying it forward. This is the last one because I gotta go. We're gonna do Flex.
I just want to say shout out to Jess. She says she's watching the podcast. She donated to the Cash App. And shout out to Jay, who's donated again also.
Yo,
So your names will be on the credits for the next release we do. That's what we're doing for people that, if you don't know, for people that's Cash Apping or PayPal and towards Think Music to help us get the music out. We're putting your names in the credits, to show gratitude for helping us put this music out. So anytime someone donates to the Think Music Cash App or PayPal, your name will be in the credits of the song. You can go on Bandcamp. And when you listen to the song or purchase the song on Bandcamp, in the credits you will see your name. So that's what we're doing for that. Until we get some other things off the ground, for people that donate, we'll add more on. But for now, just you're a part of putting this music out. So you're like like when you look at the movie credits and you see all these associated producers and executive producers and things like that. Or sometimes you're just the money, you're helping somebody get the idea out. So you could look at yourselves in that way.
God damn. Wait a minute. I don't want no damn Placidus. Give me the motherfucking whole signs. There we go. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. This chart is called a seesaw. You see, you got predominantly points here, and then predominantly points opposite over here. Mostly everything's going down between the first and second house and the 8th and 7th. But you got some outliers, Jupiter up here. Jupiter's in Virgo, so it's in its fall. Venus in Sagittarius. North Node is in Capricorn. Well, good brother, you said something back in the comment. Something about lashing out. Well, I saw something in there about lashing out.
Yeah,
Let's look at this.
he said, I know about lashing out. My sun rising Uranus and Mars is in Capricorn. When I start
Yes.
off, I'll set it off.
Yeah. Mars, Mercury, Uranus. So let's okay. Mars, assertiveness, Mercury, mind, communication, Uranus, rebellion, breaking through, liberty, freedom. Okay. This is the this is what sets the tone of your life. What's on the eastern horizon at your birth. Now here's the thing. Your north node is conjunct your ascendant. What the first thing this tells me is a need to become who you are, but in a healthy manner. It's because this is a stellium here. Mars, Mercury, Uranus. There's a need I see to bring discipline to these energies. Capricorn is, of course, this is the sign of discipline. So the chart suggests you're a very action-oriented person. Why? Because you have your angular houses are angular, as in their action signs. Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, Libra, action-oriented person. But in the house of Aries, the ruling sign is Capricorn. So that means the first action is to gather. So Mercury, gather information before speaking. Uranus, to sit back and observe and gather all of the electrical stimuli before responding, because this is electricity here. You got the lower octave and the higher octave of electricity here in Capricorn. So Capricorn is saying consider the data, grab. Capricorn is grab, hold on to, grab the data, hold on to the data. Don't lose your sense of freedom and your natural inclination for liberty, but reconsider how it's expressed. Mars, this fiery energy must be used to build something. And I'm only saying it like that because the North Node is over here. Because if that means that's where you're moving towards, then that means these bad babies are going to have to learn how to get along. You know? Jupiter, first of all, second of all, this chart suggests a very action oriented. I already said that as far as the angular houses, but action oriented also based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 planets on the east side of the chart. There's only 1, 2 over here on the west, which says a reminder that patience is virtue. And it takes, Capricorn is a sign of patience because if the lesson hasn't been learned, you can't move. If the structure has not been built properly, you can't move. If you have not chopped the wood and carried the water as Maestro said you must, then you can't move.
Mm.
And that forces patience. And so your North Node being over here in Capricorn is helping to balance this chart by bringing a measure of patience into your being. Jupiter in Virgo, it's in its detriment. So the ninth house is a philosophical house, the long distance travel house, the big vision. And so Jupiter is the big ideas. But these big ideas hit this wall called details, Virgo. And that means even the big idea of what creation is, the divine, the all in all, that feeling of I got this shit figured out. That feeling right there is being tempered by Virgo energy. But Flex, did you consider this? But did you consider that? You know,
Hindrance.
I don't know if yeah, it could be. It could be hindrance or it could be a pause to consider.
Mm.
You have to think about Virgo is
Ooh.
digestion. So Virgo's not necessarily when Virgo is healthy and functioning, it's not looking to hinder because it's looking to move things through, digest your food. But it wants everything to go where it's supposed to go. You need to be metabolized. You need to be catabolized.
Mm.
You are waste. You must go. We need those nutrients that's going to help rebuild skin. You're going to help to replenish the blood. You're going to go da 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 da. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Jupiter is, well, what's just the big plan? What's the big idea? Big, big, big. And that's where it can be in conflict with Virgo. But Virgo, when they work healthy together, because Jupiter is retrograde, so it is when the big idea is put to the test of Virgo. And possibly this new understanding of what the all in all is emerges. This just a quick, you know, open and volley looking at the chart.
We at 129. If you wanna. Mm.
129. Yeah, I think that's I don't think nobody else um Flex said my ideas are always challenged. That's good because that means they're big then.
Right on
Ideas got to
schedule.
be big enough to be challenged. What's that, Dap?
I had to sit right on schedule.
Right on schedule. Well, you got anything else, good brother?
I just want to say once again, thanks for everyone that donated to the Cash App tonight. Uh, even bigger thank you for those who put the information in the chat and have their charts read live. That's really big. It seemed like the people who posted uh, got something from it that it lined up with what they're going through right now. This is kind of what we were talking about before with getting a reading, just to see. Just I think it gives you a little more clarity. And as Jamal said before, it's a forecast to where you may not possibly be able to stop what's coming, but at least you know what's coming and you can prepare for it. So I think this was a beautiful build. Like I said, once again, I'm glad people put their information in the chat, and it seems that this made sense with what you expressed and what is going on in the people's lives.
Yeah, I hope, I hope it was helpful.
You're welcome,
I
Flex.
always, what's that?
Now, Flex said thank y'all for this, and I just said you're welcome.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Um, I wanna show something real quick before we jump off of here. If I
Okay.
can find this. Oh man, what the fuck?
Choppington.
I want to show y'all something. Um, on the site here, real quick, I want to show you what I've done. A lot of people I do readings for that who pay, they are. Hold on, this not how I want this to flow. Let me try this again. Share. Okay, that's how we're gonna roll this. I'll bring you over here. There we go. Okay, a lot of people who get readings are not the audience that's really on YouTube. Okay, but I've done something. I want you to look at this right here. This is what I charge for a birth chart reading. 100 and that's normal price, $160. This is what I made it for a limited time. $99. Okay, that's for a birth chart reading. I do something else called a 360 reading. This 360 reading, I charge $260 for it. This is $190. It's $199 right now. 360 reading is like nothing. Nobody do anything like this. Okay, I'll tell you why. I do forensic etymology on your name. I read your chart. I do the numerology on your birthday, and I'll show you how all these. If you want to see and prove to yourself that you are a cosmic being and your life is not a mistake, you need to see how your name, your birth chart, and your numerology will stack up, and you'll find correspondence between them. some amazing shit. If you want to see just how magical you are, just see how all this lays out. Your birth chart, the etymology of your name, and the numerology of your birth or your birth date, how all this stuff lines up. So this is for the people who see this through YouTube, because other people don't really go to my site. They find me through um, sites that I get on where I basically you can market as a astrologer. So they pay what I charge. But this is something, trying to make it more, because I can't do it for pennies, because it takes hours to sit down and put somebody's and really really do a real reading. Take notes. Um, I made up my own little templates when I do a chart where I sit and this is my 10th house Virgo. I get myself organized, take notes, lay them out. That's when you get you a full reading. Tonight, what you got was just something we're doing for free. This is Think Music. This is us showing love, because y'all show love and y'all come on here and rock with us. We might miss a week. We might be on here 3 in the morning one time. We might be on here 2. You know what I'm saying? It's mad random, but we got a core. What's up, Ricochet? We got a pretty much got a core group that rock with us, and we appreciate y'all. And so even if you catch this on the playback, if you want to hit the Cash App just out of reciprocity and that Aquarian shit, where we pay it forward, then we appreciate it. But my bad, bro. I had to, got to pay the light bill.
Nah, I don't have a problem with it.
You got anything else?
I think on the music news, I think, nothing. No, we don't have anything in the can. I don't think outside of I'm gonna put the 2 singles. We got 2 singles out. Uh, El Flamenco and Figure This. They're on the Bandcamp if you want to check those out. I'll definitely get them up this weekend on the streaming services. And please, if you have a streaming service, um, please go to Think Music and add something to your playlist. I think we got some music for some of everything, and that'll help us out. So you got some playlists or something like that, we're on all the major streaming services. Go add a song to your playlist, and that can help us. And definitely reach out to the Bandcamp. um all the band anything we get from Bandcamp goes back to Think Music to broaden the music, and to as y'all know, we want to find a videographer so we can start putting music videos out. We found our engineer, so the music sounds good and where we want it. So our next task is to find a videographer. If y'all know anyone, especially in in Jamal's area, uh let us know. Hit them on the email. Hit us on the Think Music email. It's thinkmusic@gmail. If y'all know anyone that's a videographer, like, let us know. We're trying to find someone that will work with us, because we have these brilliant ideas for video concepts for these songs we put out, but we're just trying to find the right person. Um, so yeah, we got that going. And do you have anything in the can that you feel like we may release soon? I can't remember. I know.
That Monaco Visions. I mean,
Oh
here's
yeah. So that's what
okay.
it is.
Let me throw this in. Would y'all like to keep doing something like this? Here's my thing. We thinking even swap, no swindle. Okay, come in, This how we gonna run it. You give us a Cash App donation. We ain't put no set amount. You know, of course, we hope it wouldn't be nothing like no $1.50. Here's a pint of milk, chump. You know, here's $1.50 for you. You know, give us a
And listen, we add on like as y'all
right,
know some of our pockets. So this ain't like y'all putting them like like it's just like me and Jamal. We work, we put money. Obviously, we've been putting this music out for a couple years now, so it's not like we want y'all to support us, like give us money so we can put no like pretty much what people donate, we add on to it to put the music out. You know what I'm
right.
saying? We just looked at it as a way to bring the fans in. That if you want to help push this music out, it's a way to help us push the music out. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? Because me and him, we're splitting it down the middle. Um, with him going to the studio and all of that type of stuff and whatever come forward, like we split that. So it's like it's not like we asking y'all to support us and we're struggling musicians and we need y'all to, we need 500 to put this. Nah, it's not like that. So don't take it any way of like we just trying to get y'all to, you know, be the ones that support the music and we don't put nothing in. We definitely put in. You know what I mean? It's just like when we look at the cash app, it's like, oh, we got that. Okay, cool. We add that into, when Jamal figured, when he does the math on what it's going to cost to go in the studio, and then we got that number, and then we go to the cash app, we pull that, and then we see what else, and then what do we need after that, and then me and him split that down the middle, and that's how we go to the studio. So, I don't want y'all to think we just trying to, you know, be creators off of y'all income. Like this, it's not like that.
Yeah, I would think we've proven ourselves by now. And the thing is, Tariq Nasheed just raised $1 million
I heard about that
to
for a
produce
musician,
something.
right?
I don't know. I don't know all the details, but I know he raises money to produce projects that he's going to sell.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So even if we was trying to ask for all of it, shit, it ain't nothing but a couple $100, So, but the thing is, we do work and put money with everything. But what I was getting at is, if you all like this, we could do something where we can do a segment where if you make some type of little cash app donation, if it's your child or you or whatever, you want to ask something about your chart, it might be something that's going on right now. We can look at what's the transits going on right now, and we can answer a question real quick. We're not going to do no full reading. We can answer a quick question, and then it helps move us closer to our goal of like Monaco Visions. I know it's like, oh, they say this everything's special, everything's special. Monaco Visions is not just a song, it's a 5 song, 4 or 5 song project.
5 songs. Yeah.
And it's a movie.
Yes.
It's a movie.
And when we put it, I played the beats on one of our podcasts. I just want to say when we put it out, I think we should do a detailed explanation on the project. So when people listen to it, they got a vision. Like we're gonna have to come back to it because we did it before. But when we bring it out, we're gonna because not to cut your wisdom, but there's a like there's stories behind this music. We don't really like me and him talk about the stories offline, but we don't really talk about them online. And maybe we should do that. So that way when y'all listen to the music, you'll check the podcast out. The music will come out, you'll listen to it, and then you can see if it lined up with what the vision was. You know what I mean? And that's how we feel about Monaco Visions. Each track is a story and each track plays into each other and not like a blend into each other but like the titles and how he wrote the songs. It's it's a movie.
Hmm. Yes, indeed. So that's all I got. My boy's trying to give out on me anyway. So if all hearts and minds are clear, um, we appreciate y'all as always tuning in, and we know we're gonna catch y'all on the top side. Peace.
Peace and blessings to all.